Microcasting for your city. Talkapolis.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show. Also by Nashville Violins, the string player's #1 choice for their string instrument needs. Nashville Violins offers everything from lessons to repairs. Make sure you check them out at NashvilleViolin.com.
You're watching Music Business Week. Our guests, Not Just Country. Hi everybody, welcome to Music Business Week. Our guests today are the gentlemen from Not Just Country. You can introduce yourselves. I don't want to mess it up. We got Fab, right?
Right.
And
right.
HYPEMAN. And HYPEMAN. You guys have your own show.
Yes, ma'am.
It's called Not Just Country. Tell us about it.
Well, I started Not Just Country going on 8 years next year. With the concept, I was playing with a band, and we've done just about everything around, open for national and regional acts, and being a manager of the band and an artist, television was about the only medium that we hadn't done. So I came up with the concept of coming up with this platform for artists here in Middle Tennessee area to be seen and heard. So
cool. What do you guys shoot in? What kind of cameras and stuff are you using?
Well, right now we were shooting with Sony and Panasonic's.
Cool.
High def cam. So.
Right. And you said that you modeled your show on Midnight Special. Tell us, for those of you out there who don't know what Midnight Special is, tell us.
Well, you know, Midnight Specials back in the, I'm going to say the early 70s with Wolfman Jack. What it was is that they allowed artists to come on and perform live performances. And that's one of the things that we're big on here is live performances. I mean, if you can really play and, you know, it'll show up. It'll show up. So we added a little interview twist to it. We interview the artists, of course, and then also we interview industry folks and also people who celebrities to call Nashville at home.
Cool.
But the basis of it is that live performance element.
Right.
That's the key of the show.
And where can we view the shows?
Right now you can view it on the website njctv.com. You can also go to our YouTube page, Not Just Country, and check it out from there.
How do you, it's called Not Just Country, so how do you choose the acts? What kind, is there a particular genre that you're most fond of?
We focus on all genres of music, from bluegrass. It really doesn't matter, you know, but our whole message is to let people know when you come to the city of Nashville that we have more to offer than just country music.
Right.
You know, so it's not a, don't let the not in Not Just Country be a negative. It's to uplift the whole city.
Right.
To let people know that we have more.
And we also have a long waiting list of people who's trying to get on season 4, because you go to our website and there's an artist submission and you go and click that and sign up for season 4.
Yeah, it's great publicity.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Max, you say you're an advocate for R&B indie artists. Tell us about the indie scene here in Nashville.
From an R&B standpoint, of course, you know, since we're sitting in the belly of country, there's no R&B A&R.
Yeah.
You know, so one of the things that we try to encourage R&B artists to do is expand your fan base, expand your vision of getting out into different areas outside of Nashville, because R&B is not here. It is wonderful when you continue to perform amongst your, you know, fans here, but if you're trying to get a record deal per se, you need to expand. You know, I've worked with 2 artists that we helped expand them over into the UK. We're going to be working with several other artists to try to get them that same outlet.
So you do management too? Not really?
That's where the Berry Gordy thing came
yeah.
in, you know. Yeah. So it's I do consulting more so than management because I hate babysitting, you know. So I want to encourage and uplift and continue allow my resources to help the people that
open some doors, but
exactly.
not hold their hand all the way through.
Exactly.
So there's some interest in expanding the content that you're creating into full-length feature documentaries. Is that true? Tell me about the plan for that.
Well, right now, going forward, we're looking to do more documentaries or start documentaries, and more or less like what we're doing with the artists. We want to help the upcoming emerging film artists have a place, and so we can help them get through other doors with our connections. We want to help seize those opportunities for them. So,
do you think there's a market for not very well-known bands, documentaries about those bands?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Whether we call it the B-side of Nashville or what have you, it's that, you know, you get a couple of cameras and you know, we have access to so many different venues, so many different bands. Just follow them around, you know, and get a good person to host, you know, or narrate, you know, the show. I think it'd be great.
Cool. I'm available.
That was my hint. If you didn't catch that, that was my hint, you know. That would.
I'm a blonde, but I catch a few things. So you say you have this waiting list for season 4. Do you guys vet them? Do you listen to everything? Like, who actually chooses who's going to make the cut?
We do.
Yeah, we listen to a lot of them. And also we get a lot of, you know, inbox, like, come watch us play, you know. So a lot of them are, and don't get this wrong, you may have a band here in Nashville, but you
have a connection to Nashville.
You may have connections to Nashville. We consider you part of the network. So you may be in California, but if you performed here or done business here, we consider you part of the network.
That's good to know.
So it's not just a Middle Tennessee, Nashville thing for us.
Right.
So we get videos, you know, and we get inboxes, and sometimes we just go out just to see who's doing what.
Yeah, we do scout. You know, he sometimes keep me past my curfew, but we do get out and scout. So you can actually go to our Facebook page or even our website, and a lot of people are always saying, you know, Hype and Fab, you're all over the place. I mean, we have to do that, you know, in order to build the relationships and also make the show a success with the talent that we bring on it.
Right, and would you like to see this like on Channel 10 or local access? Is that part of the plan to put it on, or do you like living on the internet with this content right now?
We're focusing on the network, you know. Although we no disrespect to public access, but we just feel that for where we're trying to go, we need the ratings, you know, and for us to get where we need to go, investors or whatever, they need to see the numbers, and so.
Numbers don't lie.
That's right. So that's where we've always been headed.
Mm-hmm. But so far, you're loving this. I mean, this is what you want to do.
It's my passion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
What's the funnest part about it? What's the worst part about it?
I'll let you take that one.
I say the funnest part, the most fun about it is seeing it all come together. You know, for me, the worst part is like when production steps up and insurances and all that stuff steps in. It's just like, oh God, I'm sick, you know. But besides that, I've been, like I said, I've been doing it for 8 years.
I'll tell you, and to piggyback on that is that we had a production meeting when the thing first started. We had a meeting down at a particular venue, and it was about 8 people sitting around the table with just pencil and paper, say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I was standing behind him because we weren't at the table. And I whispered, I said, they're doing all of this for us. It was fun. It was great. But I think the best part about it is the relationship that we made in doing this whole thing.
Yeah. Wow, it's great to have you guys on the show. I'm definitely going to check it out online.
Thank you.
When do we hope to get season 4 up off the ground? When can people look for that? Sometime in 2013, obviously.
2013.
Okay.
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
We're looking at spring, hopefully, but you know, again, it just depends on how the finances, you know, fall into our laps and how we go forward with that.
Do you find that some bands have the great sound and you love them, but you don't find them that interesting as an interview, or you know, like, is that a part of it, or are you basing your stuff purely on the music?
The music.
The music.
The music.
Yeah. I mean, we have great people that conduct great interviews that, you know, that can pull the information out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in most environments, you know, they give you questions before you get to the interview.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can already have your mindset ready about what you're going to answer. You know, so it's a pull and tug type.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Not Just Country, it's great to have you guys here on
Thanks
the
for
show.
having
We'll
me.
look
Good to
for
be
you
here.
on the internet. If you're an artist out there, think that'd be good for the show, get in line, send in your stuff, right?
That's right.
Get on season 4. You've been watching Music Business Week. I'm your host, Greta Gaines. Thanks for checking in here at Talkapolis, and we'll see you next week. Microcasting for your city, Talkapolis.